Wednesday night means more coffee.
Uh-huh.
And whiskey. Ooh. This is COFOH Live Undead. I am your host, and I am joined by the amazing Richard and Anastasia Elfman. Wow!
Something on my face.
Richard and Anastasia, how are you?
Well, I've got a red face. Are you making fucking fun of me?
Oh man, it's so great to have you guys on. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, hi folks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, coming into this new year, you guys are just guns a-blazing with new film, Bloody Bridget. It sounds absolutely amazing, but I wanted to start with Richard, kind of talking a little bit more about your career. I was first introduced to your work with Forbidden Zone. It's absolutely amazing. It's something that I keep revisiting. But before that, can you tell us a little bit about the transition from the Mystic Knights of Oingo Boingo to making your first film over that it was like a 3-year transition to get the film done. What was that like?
A simple reason. Okay, so I've got a 12 member what do you call, like a Commedia dell'arte troupe with musicians, and it was like awkward to tour with that, and life was kind of bending us to an 8-member rock group, Oingo Boingo. So I essentially wanted to capture on film what I had been doing on stage. So Forbidden Zone is largely my stage show from the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo.
Okay, nice. That's cool. And then Anastasia, kind of transitioning over to you. You also have a background. You grew up in a military home, but you learned cello and ballet. What drew you to comedy and burlesque?
Oh man, what a big question. I grew up. I started ballet when I was 3, and so I grew up in the theater, performing always. I did cello a lot. I don't know. I've just always been, let's say, funny. I don't know. I've always loved comedy.
Funny like a clown?
Exactly like a clown.
Ooh. Like aliens and geeks?
Yes, exactly. I grew up watching all the great classics, and including classic comedies like, I Love Lucy, Laurel and Hardy, Three Stooges. So I always draw a lot of inspiration from them.
But here's the military side. I've got to. Okay, so she's at Young Marines every weekend of her life through her whole youth. She never complains. She's like a warrior, like samurai. She could be injured. She could throw up between takes. Never lets me know. She's there as a trooper. And God, I wish all actors were like that.
Yeah.
No, wow. Just me. I'll be the best.
That's amazing. It sounds like you guys make an incredible team. Can you tell our audience how you guys ended up meeting?
Okay, it was in a practical effects horror shop where there were 2 shops under the same roof, and she was Stella Adler acting at night, and her day job was doing horror effects, and I'm working in the shop, and we got along, and then we started performing together.
Wow, that's cool. When you say performing, like, is it the burlesque numbers? Is it the band? Is it the combination of the two?
Go ahead, baby.
Well, I mean, we do a lot of different kinds of performing. Our biggest, I guess, is we tour with our films. So we call it the Elfman Live Pre-Show, and it's a wild event. It's kind of like almost like being invited over to our house and like partying with us. It's so unique. So we kind of screen the films. We do a live pre-show. I do burlesque.
And I pick up musicians locally.
Yeah.
And I always find like really good players.
Cool.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
Yeah, we co-produce the event, like every aspect, from like the music in the lobby to the drinks to the themed drinks at the concession stand to, it's a multimedia show. So there's stuff on the screen that we're performing to. It's really fun.
And the drunken clowns passed out in the aisle in the lobby, we choreograph them how they lie exactly, to the minute detail.
Right down to the fiber in the carpet. I love it. This is amazing. It sounds like such a wonderful, immersive experience.
Yeah, well, it's very unique. One, I mean, to see Forbidden Zone on the big silver screen is wild because, it's like when we're talking with fans, a majority of his fans, were introduced to Forbidden Zone on like a bootleg VHS copy, like from somebody's basement. So they never got to experience it on the big screen. So not only that's amazing in and of itself, and having Ricky in the audience watching and then doing a Q&A. But I mean, we're like razzle-dazzling them and performing too. And sometimes he'll be barbecuing. We'll do like meet and greets. He'll sign all the things, So it's really special and unique, and there's like special merch that we offer. So
in Texas, I was signing people's butts, but it got out of hand. Okay, but here's the other thing. Okay, so Bloody Bridget, she's what they call a Valentine vampire. Sucking blood isn't enough. She has to eat their beating hearts. So the final burlesque act is she rips someone's heart out and eats it, and then it goes right into the film. And there's blood all over the stage.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, the death is very cool.
Yeah. Oh man, that sounds like so much fun. Now I'm kind of curious what the cleanup is like. Afterwards.
Who knows?
That's before the party.
Oh yeah, that's when people are coming in. It's it's the pre-show.
Well, and with so much of an immersive event, you're talking about food and everything like that. Does this tie into some of your famous barbecues that you host?
Well, we do a quarterly an underground event called the Barbecue Bacchanal, and we can get 80, 90 people in our place at rooftop deck. I grill. Anna has it's burlesque is almost too limiting a term. It's more David Lynchian with this incredible artist Morgan Thorne, who samples over himself. There's no way to describe it, but it's a very dark burlesque nuts. And I feed the people who get them drunk, so it's a good combination.
They don't know what.
Yeah, that's amazing. In with the barbecues, like we're talking, meats, vegetarian. Is there something that you really tend to gravitate towards, or is the menu always changing?
Well, Anna's a vegetarian, and we even have vegan friends. So I'm like baking goat's cheese, roasting garlic, grilling vegetables, along with the rack of wild boar and whole salmons, and 6-pound cowboy ribeyes, and the little meaty dishes that I'm doing. Very tender.
Nice.
Very tender.
Wow, both sides sound absolutely stunning. I swing both ways. Just whatever's on the menu. It sounds absolutely fantastic. with that, you know, working together and everything, how did Bloody Bridget come about? How was that manifested?
God, I think I saw Anastasia coming out of the shower, and then she smiled, and the fangs were there, and blood was running down her chin. And I don't know. I have a little writing carrot on my roof. Very interesting. Actually, John Lennon actually wrote some music there ages ago. There's like a history in the house. So,
oh man,
you know, like I bring in a case of Johnny Walker Black, a box of cigars. 3 weeks later, I've got a script.
Nice. Wow, that's fantastic. The approach of filmmaking, a lot of it was looked like it was done on green screen, and then the backgrounds were superimposed, and Anastasia, you're done up in a lot of makeup and looks like hair product too, right? Yeah.
Actually,
Was that?
No makeup. I went all natural. There was no hair product. I didn't even wear any clothes. I was like, heck with this.
Yeah.
Get it done. We gotta go.
Yeah.
We're self-financing this. We don't have a budget for hair and makeup.
Right. you save on the bottom line. That very fiscally responsible.
Yeah, like I'm the trooper. I'll take the front end of no budget. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh my God, that sounds so ridiculous and fun. But
we had a fabulous makeup and costume team. I've got Roy Kinnear from Soda Effects, Kenneth Calhoun, Jacob Barber, and then my costume department, Caitlin and Dahlia. They really had my back, and they were my support team, and literally had my back covering me between scenes. It was a wild time on set in a good way.
Nice. Richard, what's it like directing your wife?
Well, it was actually a pleasure. We were almost telepathic the way we think. And it was I shot this very fast on 2 cameras. Anastasia used acting background training. So she was there, bang, 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 bang. Probably the hardest day was when we did the kills. And to save money, I did them all back to back to back to back against green screen. So she's got like tubes for the blood with, Gorilla Tape all over her. It's this cold stage. She's like digging into the heart, nails breaking off. Then she has to eat this piece of shit. She's almost gagging and throwing up. But putting on the performance, so basically cut, rush her into a cold shower, rip off the tape, clean her up. Next, action. 6 kills in 14 hours.
Wow, that's a record.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a cold set. Everybody who's seen the film has seen my demon nipples, which are nuts.
Nice. Yeah, so with a production like that, I'd imagine you probably only got 10 days or so to do the film, and then how long does something like post-production take?
Well, it was kind of I shot it on 2 cameras in like 13 days. I work really fast. I come from the stage. So it looks like it took 20 days. And then the post-production was like 8 or 9 months because we had so many special effects and a ridiculous music score by our bandmate Eagle Plum and my brother Danny Elfman. The film's wall-to-wall.
That's always something I love about your films. The music becomes a character, that helps, to tell the story. All that stuff just becomes so engrossing.
Yeah, life goes better with music.
Yes, very much. Yes, definitely.
See, practicing all of this, and he did very good.
Did I say that right?
He did good job.
All right, you get a Scooby treat. Oh man, no, this sounds absolutely amazing. With taking Bloody Bridget out on the film festival circuit, essentially out on tour, especially with the immersive.
14 festivals so far. 14
I'm sorry?
wins so far. 14
Man.
festival wins so far.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
We've been from Canada, Brazil, and everywhere in between.
Oh wow! Yeah, are you guys going to be hightailing it over to Europe or anything like that? Is that in the cards?
I'm not sure. I mean, the next one is like Wisconsin and Seattle, and I mean we've got festivals in Europe, but I'm not sure if we're going. I've got like other thing going on here. So Anastasia's appearing in some films, and I'm doing horror animation projects.
Oh wow! Oh, now I'm really intrigued. You probably can't talk about the animation projects, can you?
Except this one ghoul who's hiding in plain sight and going through a afterlife midlife crisis.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see that. That sounds amazing.
Yeah. That's all I can say.
Okay. All right. Wow. Well, we will, look out for any press releases and on that when that becomes available.
I just had a vampire novel come out.
You seriously? I was not aware of this. This is amazing. Tell me more.
At night, yeah. Pardon me. Wow. It's a vampire story. Takes place in the 18th century. Great musical background that we're doing for the audiobook right now. It's called The Schlemazel of Sabrium, a Jewish vampire, kind of a tale of love, lust, redemption, and revenge.
Oh my gosh. Not much. Wow, that sounds wonderful. So that's available now, right?
Yeah, on Amazon, The Schlemazel of Sabrium.
Okay. If you can, send over a link and I will post that in the comments after we're done going live. But that sounds absolutely amazing. I know I would eat that up, and I have so many friends. Yeah, but I have so many friends that would eat that up. Yeah, man, that sounds absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. I was doing the voice of the innkeeper's daughter who falls in love with a Jewish vampire. Boy, now that was a problematic match.
Oh man! Oh, that sounds great. Well, we definitely need to get Bloody Bridget and you guys to come out to Colorado. Is there any plans for that? Before we went live, and hopefully my partner Brett is watching. It's like, hey, let's book these guys. Come on now.
Yeah,
chop.
Let's do it.
Well, we've done some fun triple bills with Forbidden Zone, Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks, and Bloody Bridget.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Where we make special cocktails.
Yeah, we did that in Portland, and it was so great.
Yeah, in San Francisco, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Are you guys planning on doing anything like that in Seattle when you're out there?
Just Bloody Bridget, but we're going to, there'll be like her Bloody Burlesque, and I'm going to put on a musical stuff beforehand. What is it called? Make Believe Seattle.
Oh wow, that sounds like it's going to be a fun evening. We've got some friends chiming in. Jason's like, hell yes, yeah, he wants you guys out here too. And then yeah, Brett was watching. I'm watching. Can't wait to see Bloody Bridget. So,
although there's a parental warning that we have. It's like, do not watch sober.
That seems very sound and very reasonable, I think. Yes. Yeah. I remember back in the day too, like Richard, like I think it was in the 90s, Shrunken Heads, Modern Vampires. You put out those films, and it seems like there was a little bit of a gap in time. Were you mostly working on when you're not working on film? Are you just dive right into music and stage performance?
I've always been in a band. I've always directed theater. I'm a journalist, believe it or not. And I ran a publication for 7 years, produced 275 kind of celebrity and rock interview videos. So I've done. I did a couple feature-length dance documentaries. I've always been busy, and I probably live too hard and party too much. So we've got to mix it all in.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
We're in a band together right now called Mambo Diabolico. It's I'll send you a clip, but it's off the charts.
Oh, I would absolutely love that. And you're
and I'm a Latin percussionist.
Oh, that's cool. The at the end of Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks, one of the things I really love, like nobody pays attention to the credits. So thank you for adding in all those extra clips at the end. The performances and everything, in there, and you playing percussion as well.
Well, that was our Diabolico in the end credits. With Bloody Bridget, we've even got some Irish dancing and some Yiddish vaudeville in the end credits.
Oh, cool! Yeah, that's always something that I always wish more filmmakers would do. Incorporate stuff to bring attention to all the people that worked so hard on the projects.
Yeah, we've been blessed with amazing cast groups.
Yeah.
I don't pay shit, but they eat well.
Yeah.
And we party and we have fun. We have fun when we work.
Yeah, I think that's such an important thing. If you're going to do a creative project, make it fun for everybody. Have a good time. Especially when it's like so ridiculously entertaining and gonzo, for the lack of a better word.
My only problem with life is I think I've had too much fun. And we're not done.
Good. Don't be done.
Let me just say, on set, Ricky runs, in a great way, he runs a really tight ship, let's say. But it's very joyful, and everybody who's coming and involved with the film and shooting really wants to be there and is fans of Rick, and it's a really positive, supportive.
I think her fan base is overtaking mine. I've got to interrupt you. Okay, so we're in Brazil. There's literally a mob play it after the screening, but a friendly mob with women telling more women in the mob, all crowding around Anstasia going, "Oh, you killed him so bad. Get my boyfriend like that."
You know what? They were so supportive and loving and just wanting to they wanted this to be like the new superhero film, like they just loved the whole thing. They were telling me that my boobs were great. I just loved how supportive that they were.
Well, Bridget is a defender of women, and all the guys she gets deserve it. No. I'm a Latin percussionist, and as much as I love Canada, I've got to say Brazil has better percussion. Who'd have
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to also say that not every film lets their bad guys actually be bad guys. And we let our bad guys really bad.
They deserve it.
So that the audience wants them to die, because that's the whole point of the film. It's like revenge. Let's take it into our own hands, I guess, a little Batman-esque.
Right.
Okay, so I'm directing an actor who's watching his beating heart, and with Roy Kinnear, it's actually beating. And the lawyer actually upped the offer to $1,000 before he passed out.
Oh, wow. Man, this sounds like So cool. Oh, you guys, yeah. You have so much fun working together, working with so many, other people, so many amazing creative outlets. I'm learning so much cool stuff about what you guys do, and I find it really enriching and incredibly endearing too. God, it's absolutely, so cool, so cool.
Although
But
we do have our problems. I snore, and she's good looking, but fortunately, I came from the ghetto, and I was a sparring partner in a pro stable for 25 years, so I know how to keep things protected.
oh, no.
My own too, so it's fine.
Jeez. Yeah.
Nose jobs.
I've had no nose job. Probably the only one in Hollywood. One.
Yeah.
Turn sideways, dear.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that.
There you go.
All natural.
All natural. All natural.
All natural. Yeah. Well, which is, yeah. Of course, the boxer, nose work. And then, of course, the young lady who grew up in the military family knew how to duck, otherwise lives were lost.
That I don't like to whip out all the time. So don't meet me in a dark alley, okay? When I'm pissed.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. My alleys are well lit.
The problem is when I wake up in the middle of the night and she's levitating over me with fangs, I'm paralyzed and can't defend myself.
No, he's not supposed to. Can we cut this out? No.
It's live. It lives down on the internet now. All that's going to result in that is the sequel to Bloody Bridget. That's where the inspiration comes, right?
Or blood.
That's right.
Okay, we've got
More blood.
Our two little people, Jewish lawyers, who along with the priest have to fight the devil in hell, the devil and Daniel Dershowitz. They've got their yarmulkes and whatever. So there's a whole Irish connection. Bridget is actually a real Haitian folklore figure who comes from Ireland, who's Saint Bridget from Ireland, was originally a Celtic goddess, Bridget. And so if you go to Haiti right now, Baron Samedai's wife is the red-haired Irish Saint Bridget. So in Bloody Bridget 2, the devil gets involved, and he makes our two little Jewish lawyers go pretend to be leprechauns to get a document. And it's a lot of suspense there. Oi, they're going to find out. Oi.
Oh, geez.
Still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm guessing I'm in it.
Yeah.
It's Saint Bridget of Ireland, and it was the Celtic goddess Bridget of Ireland. And if you go to Haiti right now, that's Baron Samedai's wife, red-haired Bridget. And that was also an inspiration for the story, along with seeing Anna on the chart.
Nice. For years we've heard that you're still developing Forbidden Zone 2. Is there any developments there that you can share?
Forbidden Zone 2 is my goddamn bucket list. I've come so close to making it. It's kind of a similar formula to Forbidden Zone 1, where half of it is incredible old music you never forget, and half of it original music by Danny Elfman.
Right.
So the price of the licensing of the old music is through the roof. I've come close, and I can't die until I do that fucking Forbidden Zone 2, which is my bucket list film. Things are getting closer, but I've got to do it. I've got to do it right, and I've got to have the music that I want to have.
Yeah, and I mean, it should also be said that it's amazing that because Ricky's been so close to making it so many times that he's sticking to his guns and not compromising his artistic vision to do it a different way that doesn't align with that. So fans.
Oh, can't you get some cheaper music? No, I've got to have the greatest music on earth.
Yeah, so that should be, you know, commendable. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Duke Ellington, Hank Williams, Buck Owens.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't mess with that. You don't rub that rhubarb.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sounds amazing.
And Ego Plum. Dan has already written some great music for Forbidden Zone 2, by the way.
Oh, that's awesome. We can't wait to hear, to see that, to see the, Forbidden Zone 2 and to hear the music that accompanies it. Let us know, us the fans, how we can, support your efforts too. I mean, geez, if we've got to write letters or show up on somebody's doorstep in broad daylight with a warm handshake and cookies. But Anastasia, I wonder too. Like you're doing these stage numbers with Richard. Are you able to direct him in return?
No, we're pretty separate. Okay, that's we're very hands-on. We co-produce. We work with venues. All right. That's cool. Let me answer my question.
A little too hands-on. Hands up here.
But he handles the music side. I handle the burlesque. So I'm dodging bullets with that, and I do everything. I do the costume. I do my own makeup, my own styling, my own hair. My own choreography, it's all me. So, and he does his own music.
Nice. Throughout the course of the conversation too, I'm kind of curious, Anastasia. Would you ever be interested in directing?
Oh yeah. I've directed before. I come from the stage. I'm an older sister. I'm very bossy. Like, this is old hat for me. Like, come on. We're actually okay. We're actually working on. It's not my first directing, but we're working on a project together. And he's going to write it. I'm directing, and so that's going to be coming. We're working on that this year too, with all our free spare time that we have.
It's called The Dummy.
Yes, and you might be giving things away for diehard fans who follow me a lot. My dumb babies.
Oh, sweet.
Little fans that I love. But so it's me.
Oh, wow.
It's very, very me. And I was actually gonna say, okay, so I am a lifelong diehard Lon Chaney Sr. fan, and I idolize him. I've actually led my life. Some people say, "What would Jesus do?" I say, "What would Lon Chaney Sr. do?" And that's what led me to comedy and to dance. He started out, in theater. He was a dancer. He was a comedian, and then because of certain things, he flipped into movies and doing his makeup and everything like that. And so anyways, you're in Colorado. He comes from Colorado. So I definitely want to visit.
Same birthday.
Oh, yeah.
And her last birthday, we visited his resting place to lay flowers.
Yes. Yes. To pay my respects. So it was a very moving experience for me. I love him so much. But so we're both April 1st babies. Our lives are so similar. It's insane. You would think it's just everything is very, very similar. So, and I always try to get into my interviews and help spread the gospel of him. And to me, he's the father of horror as we know it.
And I prefer waking up to Anastasia in the morning as opposed to Lon Chaney Sr.
I totally understand that. Yeah. Oh, That's wonderful. We've got some friends chiming in again. Wine shall be abundant. So I don't know if that's a proclamation or just saying that when you guys come out here, there will be wine. Jason is saying that he grew up in SoCal in the '80s, and that music made him who he is today. I know he himself grew up listening to Oingo Boingo, and absolutely, just loved, what Danny and the crew were working on.
Has 2 Oingo Boingo covers at a Dead Man's Party and Ate the Life.
And
yeah,
it also has. We are actually okay. Sorry, I get to fangirl out because I only get to do this once in a while. But so Danny, after like 30 years of not doing new rock music at all, he just released a new album called Big Mess. So we were the very first to use it in a film, to use it at all, and I performed to it. The track's called Full Compensation, and so I do my bloody burlesque where I have a victim in the audience, not to give too much away, and I rip their beating heart out and kill them on stage while stripping. It's obviously a family affair.
Very poignant.
Clearly, I was right up there with American Tail and Fievel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
It's the same vibe.
That sounds awesome. Oh my gosh. We're just about out of time, but I want to say, Richard and Anastasia, thanks so much for coming on and sharing so much of your creative passions and your work, and of course talking about Bloody Bridget. I know myself and so many fans out there cannot wait to see this movie. Is there any idea of when and where people can see it? Obviously, it's in film festivals, and they should go to the website, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've got at least a dozen more festivals coming up, and because it was self-financed, we don't have any pressure to do this or do that. Just our bloody time and having fun. And at some point, we'll release it commercially. But right now, it's the festival circuit, and you can't do the festivals while it's released commercially. So, that's where we're at the next 3-4 months.
Yeah, we're kind of just kicking up our second half of the Wild Film Festival that we're doing. And because we generally love to travel with the film and put on live events, it's a whole immersive experience. It's kind of like a version of the Elfman Live pre-show that we do. So it's a fun time, and I love being able to expose people to all of this.
Yeah.
And then, can I?
Wow.
Is that okay?
Yes. Yeah.
So, like, to find us. So Rick is very active on social media. So we're both on Instagram and Facebook. And the films are on Instagram and Facebook. So it's Bloody Bridget, Forbidden Zone, and Aliens, Cons, and Geeks, and Richard Elfman, Anstasia Elfman. And then on Instagram, so the Forbidden Zone Instagram hosts like a fun fan art Friday where it showcases and supports fan art, all kinds of mediums, makeup, costume, whatever. We love to see it. And so we're just trying to get the word out there because, like I said before, a lot of people just found this rummaging in basements and alleys and back of VHS rental stores. And so we're trying to get the word out that Rick's here, the movie's available, and if you want to get signed copies, come to us. And if you want to book us, we love to travel with our films. We love to meet fans. I want to get this experience out there to people. And I'm a huge monster kid, and I love William Castle, and I love shocking and entertaining people, and we want to meet you, and we want to get all of our weird, wild art out there to you guys.
And I just need to meet the towns that I go to. That's all I need.
Yes, and we love touring with this because you know what? We get to connect and support the best local talent, and Okay, so some people go to church. My church and religion of choice is the cinema. And so we get to help like uplift local cinemas and get the word out there and work with different programmers. Like I love traveling. I love meeting these people because that's our life. Cinema, performance, that's our life.
And barbecue.
And barbecue, dancing.
Yes. No.
Helping, honey.
Yeah.
But thank you for giving us this platform to help other indie artists.
It's only, what is it, 6 o'clock here?
Oh man, it's gonna be a fun night.
Well, at least you're not doing it at 11 a.m. Then we have to have a conversation.
No, that's Tuesdays.
Oh, it's Tuesday. At least it's marked on the calendar.
Oh, baby. It's showbiz.
Yeah. Richard, Anastasia, thanks so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. You're stunning people. We would love to have you out in Colorado. Stick around for a few minutes while we sign off. Need to say goodbye to our viewers, our audience, and of course, acknowledge all our sponsors here. So, to Mutiny Information Cafe, if you're going to start a revolution, make sure you're caffeinated. And to our friends at Hellfire Entertainment, thanks for rebroadcasting us on your social media. To Groovy TV. And then somebody just posted another comment, so we'll take one more. You're sweet, Jason. I love this show.
I love this show.
We love this show.
Oh, you guys are sweet. We love you. And to everybody out there who tuned in, be good, be kind, help each other out during tough times, and stay spooky.